Our last Pet Talk, we explored a class for fearful dogs and ways to help them out.
This visit, a new class. With warmer weather here and more trips around the block, it is a good time to ask, who's walking whom?
Well, let's ask Cathy Guinane. She's a pet behavior specialist at the Nebraska Humane Society. Good to see you, Cathy.
Hello,
Good morning.
Cathy.
Good
Who's
morning.
your furry friend you brought in today?
This is Oliver. He's a Jack Russell mix. He's about 7. He does have a little bit of a collapsing trachea, so he needs a harness instead of on the collar, so it doesn't put too much pressure on his neck there. He's a lovely boy.
Yeah, he's pretty chill for a Jack Russell.
He is.
But he's 7.
He's
a little
7.
bit older, so he's got a little more. He's a little more seasoned.
He is. He knows how to be a dog.
He's got a nice smile right there.
He does.
A good fit for what type of home would you say?
Real little kids, it might be hard just because he's 7. You know, and he's not super huge, but easily 12 and up.
And there's no issue really. If you've just got a harness, he's fine.
He should
There's
be
nothing
okay.
medically to think
Right.
about.
I hope we're not keeping him awake.
Yeah.
Have you kept him up all night, Cathy?
Yeah, really. No. He says, I'm
Could
good to go.
for a nap at any moment.
This is exciting.
What will students learn in this new loose leash class?
How to get your dog to walk nicely on a leash, which is going to be a good thing for him so he doesn't pull.
Yeah, pull.
Because that's not good for him, number one.
Something's funny to me that when
Yes.
Mike says, what will students learn? In
Yes.
your definition, the student is the person. It's not
Yes.
the
It's
dog.
the dog owner.
There you go.
Yeah.
And how to get them to walk nicely, whether you want them directly at your side, and it's safe. We don't want them going in front of us because the leash is going to take us out and trip us.
Well, you even say loose leash walking. Like some people are going to say, that's not even possible. My leash is like a guitar string. It's so tight.
But if you teach them what you want, it does make a difference. And loose and length are not synonymous. You know, you can have your dog on a 25-foot leash and it can still be loose.
Yeah.
You know, you can have them on a short one and it can still be loose.
Can you take us into the mindset of the dog? Because sometimes, as long as that leash is attached to them, even though you might not be holding on to it, they're in a different mindset.
A little bit, yes, because the leash, when it's attached to someone, they know that they can make it correct. Somebody else can take care of the correction, and they're right. But if they learn that it stays loose, and it's their job to keep it loose, that's a much better deal.
I don't know why you were giggling about that question.
You started by take us into the
The
mindset of a dog.
What are they thinking with this leash? Because the leash makes
Like
it a
Cathy's
guess.
got some kind of helmet
yeah.
with all these sensors on it at the Humane Society. You just drop it on and you can read their
Yeah,
mind.
it
she's
stops
about
them
as-
from getting the bunnies.
She's about as close as you can come to that,
Okay,
though.
but when you say the bunnies
Yes.
and the squirrels and the
Yes.
other dogs and all of the distractions, and we know they're
lot.
unlimited when we go around the block.
Absolutely.
So how do you keep your dog focused when you're trying to keep them by your side and they see something else and they want to bolt? How do you keep them from doing that?
We start number one with lower distractions. So we'll practice inside. Use some treats to help us because it makes it smell, use smelly good treats for them and they like that, so it's enticing. Then we'll move maybe outside to a parking lot where there are more smells, but not as much as if you get to the grass.
You're just working, it's
and then
progression.
we'll work up to the grass, and how do you get them to pay attention? And it's just practice over and over and over and over so they go, okay, this is what I do to get myself to go forward, and that's what we practice with them.
My dog has gotten better, but sometimes I think I wasn't even around. Like, he doesn't even pay
Exactly.
attention to me when I'm talking to him.
It's a she, so.
That's right.
let's
You don't
start
pay
getting
attention to
her
me
gender
either.
right.
When you
Yes.
go to these classes, do you need a basics class first, though?
Yes, you need a basics class first so that you have some understanding of what you're doing. So does
Okay.
your dog.
So online, anyhumanesociety.org, you
Yes.
can register for the basics there. You can register for the new loose leash class there. It runs for 4 weeks, and you learn what you need, and you go on.
There you go.
There's something else while you're here. Black Tie and Tails, one of
Yes.
the most fun events you guys
It
do
is.
throughout the year.
It's very fun.
That's coming up, and this year is going to be especially meaningful because of who you are celebrating.
Exactly. We're celebrating Judy's retirement,
Judy is
our CEO.
Judy Varner.
And she's been there for a long time, done wonderful things for our shelter, and we're celebrating everything that she's done.
We've seen a growth in the facilities,
Yes.
growth in the services that
Yes.
you provide. What kind of impact has Judy had on the shelter? Not only the shelter, but the community as a whole.
Well, she's gotten our, number one, the name out there, the ability of what the shelter can do for the community, how we can help. It's not just licensing, it's not just animal control. We're there to help people with their animals and teach them how to do things correctly, assist them in any way we can with as many different animals as we can. And she's done a wonderful job of getting us out there and working with all those different people and puppy mill people and all of
Yeah.
that.
Well, some big changes under her
changes.
leadership. So I know
Yes.
you guys are going to miss her.
Yes.
She will be celebrated at Black Tie and Tails coming up. If you are interested in Oliver or adopting any of the pets, small or large, from the Humane Society, the full list is available at nehumanesociety.org, along with all of the classes that you can register for as well.
Yeah. Thanks, Kathy.
Thanks,
Thank
Kathy.
you.
Good to see you.
We saw